true allure isn't announced. It's a quiet force that speaks without a single word. In a world that constantly screams for attention, the most magnetic individuals are often the ones who say the least. We're conditioned to think that being noticed means being loud, but the deepest form of attraction is rooted in stillness and self-assurance. But what are these specific habits that create such a powerful, silent pull? Today, we're not just talking about charisma, we're deconstructing the subtle behaviors that shift the energy in any room you enter. These are the habits that don't try to impress, but inevitably do. Still, water runs deep, and so does true influence. Let's begin. First, master your presence. When you walk into a room, do you check your phone or do you check the energy? Silence is a canvas, and your presence is the art. It's about holding your space with a grounded posture, not a stiff one. It's about breathing deep and observing. Do you realize how rare it is to find someone who is completely present? In a world of distractions, giving someone your full, undivided attention is a gift they won't forget. Next, practice the art of genuine listening. This isn't just waiting for your turn to speak. This is listening to understand. When you listen, you make the other person feel seen and heard. Don't interrupt. Don't formulate your response while they're talking. Simply absorb. It's like a mental spotlight. When you shine it on someone, you make them feel like the most interesting person in the world. And that feeling is profoundly attractive. Third, embrace the power of the pause. Before you react, before you answer, before you jump in, pause. This tiny moment of stillness communicates confidence and control. It signifies that you are not a slave to impulse. It shows you are thoughtful and that your words carry weight. When you do speak, people will be more inclined to listen. Fourth, be impeccably reliable. Be the person who does what they say they will. Your word is your bond. This creates an aura of trust and stability. People gravitate toward those they can count on. It's not loud, but it's an incredibly powerful form of social currency. When someone knows they can depend on you, that builds a deep sense of security and admiration. Fifth, detach from the outcome. The silently attractive person doesn't need validation. They don't act a certain way to get a specific reaction. They are authentic because that's who they are. This freedom from needing approval is incredibly liberating and compelling. When you stop chasing, you become the one who is chased. Sixth, remain unshaken. Life will throw curveballs. But the Stoic individual remains calm in the face of chaos. This doesn't mean you have no emotions, but that you are not ruled by them. Have you ever noticed the magnetic pull of someone who remains perfectly calm when everyone else is panicking? This is a form of silent leadership. Seventh, speak with purpose. Use fewer words, but make them count. Avoid filler words like and like. Before you speak, ask yourself if what you have to say is necessary, true, and kind. This clarity is a mark of intelligence and confidence. It makes you sound decisive and strong. Eighth, be kind, but not a pushover. There is a subtle power in being generous, in holding doors, in offering a genuine smile. But this strength is quiet. It doesn't seek a return. The key is that you set firm, silent boundaries that demand respect without having to state them. Ninth, accept what you cannot control. A hallmark of Stoicism is the ability to discern what is within your sphere of influence and what is not. When you accept the uncontrollable, you radiate a peace that draws people in. It's a release of that desperate, anxious energy that repels others. 10th, show humble confidence. You don't need to boast about your achievements. Your actions speak louder than any resume you can recite. Let your work, your demeanor, and your character do the talking. Why would you need to prove your worth if you already know it? This quiet assurance is the most attractive form of confidence. 11th, maintain a positive countenance. This isn't about faking happiness, but about not letting a bad mood define you. A calm, optimistic energy is contagious. People are drawn to those who lift them up, who make them feel better just by being in their presence. It's a silent invitation to share in that peace. 12th, practice self-reflection. Take time to know your own mind. Understand your triggers, your fears, and your strengths. This internal work manifests externally as a solid, unshakable foundation. It's a quiet fortitude that is impossible to fake. How can you attract others if you don't first understand yourself? 13th, own your space. You don't have to be the loudest in the room, but you also shouldn't shrink. Stand tall, make eye contact, and speak clearly. Your physicality is a reflection of your mindset. When you own your space, you command it without a single word. 14th, cherish your time. Your time is your most valuable asset. Being selective about how you spend it shows that you value your own existence and that of others. By giving someone your time, you are telling them they matter. This scarcity, this respect for the resource of time makes you an individual of high value. Finally, cultivate an inner stillness. This is the source of all these habits. It's a daily practice, a meditation, a moment of silence before you start your day. A calm mind is the foundation of an unshakable spirit. This inner sanctuary is what makes you immune to the noise, and it's the origin of your silent attractiveness. Start incorporating these habits, not to become attractive to others, but to become a better version of yourself. The attraction is merely a beautiful side effect, and that is the true secret of silent allure.